we try to give some unknown acts an opportunity to get distributed all over the world via the net. But, when it really comes down, people want the big name artists that they know. And you can get just about anything you want down in L.A., though. That's where it's all happening. So,
is that where you guys make a couple trips down there a year? Or?
I try to get down there as often as possible.
What's that, once a week? Or?
Usually a couple times a month.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Don's the guy I was telling you about that's been in the business so long that he made the Chipmunks famous in the 50s.
So he's got a lot of
history.
a lot of history to him.
Yeah.
That's a nice find. Somebody that knows the business really well.
He recognized what he saw when he saw
Oh, really?
us.
So he was the one.
He's just like, wow, you guys have invented the final music medium. And we're like, we like that.
I like that.
Yeah, let's use that. Way to go, Don.
Pretty cool. So in the beginning you mentioned that you can download your music if you're picking up a CD, and that you can load it onto something. And we didn't really touch on that. I think it's called the MP Man, did you say?
Yeah.
So we have one out there. I don't know if you could talk to me about it for a minute.
Sure, yeah, I brought the MP Man along with me. And this is a pretty significant device. We actually, our company introduced this product into the market at the South by Southwest Music Festival in Austin, Texas a few weeks ago, and that's...
So it was the first introduction of it?
Yeah, and that's the largest independent music convention in the world. I was a featured speaker there on the future of music distribution.
Who better than the person who invented downloadable music?
And the press just really went crazy on this thing, as well as the public, because what this represents is an entirely new era in music technology. This little device is smaller than a pack of cigarettes. You can see in the palm of my hand that this device has no moving parts in it whatsoever to play back music, and that's pretty incredible when you think about it. So having a fully portable device like this, of course, when you put your music on it, you can take it jogging. It bounces around.
Oh, that's nice. I always break my Walkmans.
Do you?
Yeah, constantly.
And carrying this as well, because with this device, there's never any tapes or discs to buy again, which is certainly quite a savings.
Yeah, definitely. So how would someone get music on there then?
What you do is you can take this device, and there's a docking station that's much like your docking station for a cellular phone, or any other wireless devices that you see out there today, and you can just drop the unit into this. And while it's sitting in the unit, of course, it charges the batteries, and the batteries play back for about 9 hours on this thing without needing a recharge. And you can then hook this up to your standard parallel port, which is in every personal computer out there, and upload songs onto this, or take songs off it and put them back on your hard drive for storage.
Okay.
And, that's, again, one of the beauties of having a device like this is it also stores data. So, for instance, I can hold the equivalent of 45 floppy disks worth of data on this. So if you wanted to take your Word documents or your spreadsheet documents that you work on between home and the office, you can just load them on this device.
Oh, wow.
Put it in your pocket, and there's, 45...
Plus a couple songs.
Yeah.
Did you do them together?
Absolutely. You can store songs and data on the device at the same time. And then there's a number of ways that you can listen back to this device. I brought some, of course, your traditional headphones.
Right.
And then also we have a few different types of car adapters. This is, a CD or a cassette adapter, which would plug into your car cassette deck. Of course, you could just plug it directly into your home stereo, and you have the smallest home stereo in the world, or plug into your powered computer speakers. Another way to do it is we have a little FM transmitter, which you can plug this into and then listen to this over your car radio.
Oh, nice.
So it really is fun.
A ton of, basically anything that you listen to music now, you can do it with that.
Yeah, and really, I think, Katie, this is where the future of music is going, that people will carry their music collection around with them on a device like this, and some of your personal data, too, If you're sharing a computer at home with your family, as is often the case, you know, your little brother's getting into your
Files.
diary or your files that you've written. You know, you don't really want that. Well, you can just put it on here, and then it's with you
Right.
all the time.
Take to the library then.
Yeah, and you know, these type of personal devices are the future of computing, really. You know, and it's just really the size and the choice that's right for you, whether it's a palm-top computer or, you know, we're adding a lot of features to this device in the future models. So you're going to see, you know, a voice recorder built into this thing.
So you could leave messages as you go along?
Yeah, and of course the ability to store more files, removable storage medium. And this does now, too, have a lot of the same features that you get on your traditional CD players, such as, you know, shuffle play, track skip, forward, back, repeat track, repeat all tracks.
You can do all that right there?
Yeah, and then it also has a little bass booster, mid-range booster on it, and a hold button so you don't bump the buttons while you're jogging or,
Oh, nice.
or what have you. So.
And so, how many songs can you get on there?
Right now you can store up to 64 minutes of music on this, and that is upgradable.
Decent amount of time.
Yeah, so, you know, it keeps you busy, and
That's the first one.
Yeah. It should have more time as well eventually, or?
Oh, sure.
oh yeah, future upgrades will be able to store more medium, and they're actually, you know, you could do that now. It's just it's kind of cost prohibitive, but one of the beautiful things about the computer industry is prices, particularly in memory, have just tended to drop astronomically almost every month, and so we're dropping the cost on this device in half about every 6 months.
Really?
Almost. And
Where did the name come from? MP Man?
well, MP is really a slang word that was picked on the internet. It's short for MPEG, which is a form of audio compression, and that's what we do for a faster download or transfer of the song files. We compress the songs to 1/10 of their original size using the MPEG compression method, and we use a version of the codec called Layer 3. And what happened is a lot of people really got into this on the internet. It was kind of a cult thing for college kids and so forth, and there are literally millions of people out there that started taking their CD collection and recording it and compressing it into MPEG-3 format. And they just picked up the slang term MP3, and it's short for MPEG-3. And so the next level is MPEG-4, which allows you to compress a song to 1/20th of its original size. And that was just released. So we didn't want to nail it, lock it into just MP3.
Right, because you're ready
Because
to keep
MP4
it going.
is ready to come out, so just MP Man, and it seemed to,
Seems to work, yeah. It's a good name. Makes you wonder, where's the MP from for someone that's not quite as knowledgeable on that subject? The MP3 and 4.
Oh, everyone will be.
Everyone will be pretty soon.
It's pretty much an underground cult type of thing right now, but I mean it's growing so fast.
It's the hottest music word on the internet.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's why we chose it.
Where would you go to read about something like that?
Well, mp3.com is one of our sister sites.
Oh, okay.
On the domain, so you can go there, and there's just everything you'd ever want to know about MP3, as well as our song archive. How to take your CD collection, and you can do it at home. Make your own MP3 files out of your CD collection.
Right.
And carry them around.
Or, like I said, just put your 200 songs on one disc.
Right, like you were saying earlier.
Sure.
So there's a couple options you can do.
Yeah.
So where do you see your company going in the future? What do you see as the next future plans?
Well, today, right now, we're adding video to the site, and with video, it's always been a bandwidth issue. How much you can fit down that phone line. So they've really made some great strides with that, as well as we broadcast some of our radio stations in MPEG-3 compression too. But it's a streaming audio, so it's a live feed.
Right. Okay.
And because of the improved audio compression rates, it's now becoming possible to do rock videos. So
cool.
We just picked up a ton of rock video content that we're going to be streaming out there, and just really just growing the archive. I mean, we plan to have about 200,000 songs up by the turn of the century.
Really? How many do you have right now? About
Right now we have 5,000 songs online.